Hey girlfriends, welcome back to the channel for another video this week. If you're new here, my name is GeranikaMycia, but all my friends call me G. And if you're a returning subscriber, thanks for coming back this week, girl, and clicking on my face. If you haven't already, go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up, like, share, comment, subscribe. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, girl, for all of the fabulous updates, and come back each week for weekly uploads. So today I have an informative but fun fashion video. You know, over here we like to keep the fashions fun, okay? So today I'm going to be talking about the things that I stopped wearing and why. I feel like the more I grow each year, I'm literally watching my style evolve. I'm watching my closet slowly change. But the thing that I'm loving about my wardrobe now, even when I'm buying pieces, I have things that I actually like, I want to wear, and things that I see myself wearing 5 years from now. If I don't see myself wearing it 5 years from now, or if I'm not really pulling for it, I feel like I no longer have these emotional attachments to things anymore. I'm okay with letting them go. But today we're going to be talking about the things that I stopped wearing, stopped buying, and why. So if you're interested, girl, keep watching. Okay, so when I got to the point where I really wanted to elevate my style, be a little more together, a little more clean, kind of like not minimalistic, because I don't think I'll ever be like minimalistic, clearly, but I wanted to just look a little more refined. What I did was I gave up graphic t-shirts. Now, when it came to graphic tees, y'all, I feel like graphic tees had all of us in a chokehold, from getting them from Hot Topic, Forever 21, any and everywhere I can get a graphic tee. I was gonna get a graphic tee. We was cutting them up, making crop tops and DIY projects. Baby, I had to let it go, because to this day, when I look back at outfits, the ones that I hate the most are the ones that I wore graphic tees. Now, in 2025, I do have a few graphic tees, but they're a little more on the elevated side. One thing I'm going to say, and I don't care what nobody has to say, when it comes to Renaissance tour merch, to me, my opinion only, some of the best tour merch ever. Okay, my favorite graphic tee in my wardrobe that I wear out right now would definitely be the Beyonce collab that she did with Balmain. Oh my god, it was amazing, and I'm so happy I did not let the price intimidate me. The shirt was, I think, like $250 at the tour, at the little stand. I was like, what? But when I opened it, I had a vision, okay? And to this day, y'all, I wear that t-shirt out. So right now in my wardrobe, I do have a few graphic tees, but when I wear them, I always make sure I'm wearing them in a way that the look still has like this elevated vibe. Because girl, when I look back at my old pictures, I'm gonna just be honest, because I'm talking about me, so I can be honest. I feel like the looks just look very cheap, very childish. It just didn't look grown. And especially when I got into my 30s, something about those 30s, I felt my vibe, there was like a little shift. I no longer wanted to look childish, okay? So we left those things in my 20s. But like I said, I do have a few graphic tees, but now when I wear those graphic tees, I always make sure I'm pairing it in a way where I still feel chic, I still feel elevated, I still feel like I'm a fashion girl. Oh, I'm giving, because I'm a fashion girl at heart. I'm giving fashion girl, but I'm not looking cheap, because most of my graphic tees, yeah, they just gave cheap. So I no longer buy graphic tees anymore, because I don't like the way those looks looked. The next thing I stopped wearing is going to be poor quality shoes and handbags. Ooh. This was like my #1 fashion mistake, but I give myself grace, because one, I couldn't afford high quality handbags at the time, or shoes, and also back then we didn't have as much access to high quality affordable pieces like we do now. Okay, I feel like now there's no reason that any of us should have on cheap items. Now when I say cheap, I am not talking about the price of an item, I'm talking about the quality. Nowadays we have so much access to high quality affordable pieces that we shouldn't have cheap items in our wardrobe. So let's just clear this up so there's no confusion. When I say cheap, I'm speaking to the quality of an item, not the price, okay? There's a difference between a poor quality cheap item and an affordable item, okay? When I say affordable, I'm talking about price points. When I say cheap, I am speaking directly to the quality of an item. So I stopped wearing cheap or poor quality shoes and handbags, because oh my god, y'all, when I look back at pictures, I'm just like, ooh, the handbag is just not doing what needs to be done. You know a cheap bag when you see it. It look like it is on its last leg. It's falling apart. The handles on a cheap bag will always be your downfall. Okay, the handles are always falling apart. They look super worn. The threads are coming out. When I look back at those bags, and I'm just like, ugh. The outfit was cute. That bag was a no-no. Okay, yeah, I definitely gave up buying those little fast fashion cheap bags because it didn't do it for me. Now I also feel the same way about shoes. I had to stop buying cheap shoes. Now when I say cheap shoes, you know, you're going somewhere and you're like, oh, I just need a cute little sandal to go with this, a cute little slide to go with this. So you run into whatever store, child, I don't know, Rainbow or whatever, and you get those shoes and you keep wearing them and you keep wearing them, and it's like, you know, y'all know what I'm talking about. Especially in high school, girl, we all done had on some cheap shoes. You wear them shoes so much and they begin to get very flat, and then the front start talking, then the back start talking, and then this phrase everywhere. So I definitely stopped buying cheap pieces. I would rather spend money on a good high quality piece. It does not have to be luxury or designer, but I just would rather spend an extra coin for a good quality piece because it's gonna last me longer. But not just that, the longevity of an item. I just love the way high quality pieces make a look, okay? It will take your outfit just up, and I'm just really into quality at this point. So once I stop buying those cheap items, I just definitely see an overall difference in my wardrobe. And y'all know, if you've been here a while, my closet is not strictly luxury designer. Here I love to mix the highs and lows. We love us a little luxury moment. I love to mix it with a little high quality fast fashion. You may get a sprinkle of some ASOS, some mango. You know, I love to mix and match, but I focus on quality. I'm big on quality nowadays. So yeah, that's one thing I feel like absolutely changed my wardrobe, focusing on quality. The next thing I stopped wearing is going to be extreme color blocking. Oh, I just feel like when I look back at certain things, I just cringe because I'm like, I'm not one of those girls who can just stick with like the neutrals, the earth tones, or blacks or whites or grays. I'm not that girl. I do love to clearly add a little color, but I feel like I'm learning because I'm not the person that know everything, y'all. I feel like with style, we're all constantly growing and learning what works for us, what does not work for us. So when it comes to color, I love color. I used to love it a little too much. It was like heavy color blocking. I'm talking about mixing about 5 different colors in one outfit, and it's just like no. So now I would never do that. And I feel like when I look back at pictures from Fashion Week maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I just feel like I cringe. Absolutely cringe, but it was a learning lesson. So like with fashion, I'm always learning, and I learn best from my mistakes, unfortunately. So I no longer do extreme color blocking. Now don't get me wrong, I love color. I love to mix and match color into the looks in a wardrobe. But now if I have a very vibrant color, instead of mixing it with another very vibrant color, I like to tone it down with like a metallic, a neutral, a darker color, kind of like just bring it down a few notches. Let that piece just be the pop out piece. I don't have to mix and match it with all of these crazy colors because I feel like it comes off a little clownish, and that's not what I'm never going for that. But oh girl, ooh, even talking about, because I'm gonna pop some of them pictures up on the screen. I'm just, girl, I'm losing my mind even thinking about the looks. But yeah, I no longer do that. There's a way to wear color, and I feel like we don't have to stay in this box of neutrals. It's definitely a way to wear color, and I feel like it can be done in a tasteful, fashionable way. So I'm still learning in that area, because sometimes I get a little besides myself and we could just take it there, okay? But I no longer do extreme color blocking. The next thing I stopped wearing was too many accessories or the wrong accessories. When I look back at old pictures and videos, I'm like, ooh, you have on one too many pieces with this look, or ooh, the hair is not, because hair and makeup is also an accessory. The hair and makeup is not going with the look. It did not tie it in and put the cherry on top, or ooh, those accessories just don't go with this look. So I feel like with accessorizing, if you're like me and you have so many good fun accessories, it is so easy to over accessorize or put the wrong accessories with something. So I feel like that's when you have to work that muscle of playing dress up, playing in your closet, seeing what works for you. So when it comes to accessorizing, I no longer over accessorize, and I no longer well, I feel like, I don't want to say I no longer wear the wrong accessories. Of course I always try to wear the right accessories, but sometimes, girl, we fall short. But like I said, I learn from making mistakes, but I try not to do these things because I just feel like it doesn't help the look. Sometimes we just want to put all of this on, and it ain't gonna work. I am trying something new. I have on hoops. I never really wear hoops, but I've been enjoying these. I got these from H&M. They're very thin. I don't even feel them. I told you, I'm trying to ease my way out of my studs, and I have on a hoop. See, that's the hard part when like having fun with your closet. Unfortunately, we have to learn from our mistakes, and by the time we learn, girl, the pictures, videos, we already talked to people in the ugly, well, I don't want to say ugly outfits, but the outfits we don't like. Now for me, the number one thing that really helped me when it comes to accessorizing, especially on a day-to-day, when I started to build my fine jewelry collection, y'all, I feel like the stuff that I have, like right now, I'm wearing, well, I don't have like fine jewelry for the top just yet. So when it comes to like my watch, my stack, and my rings, I feel like those help me. They help me accessorize without over accessorizing, because like right now, we look good. It's fun. You see the accessories, but it's not too much. Because one thing about me, I love to throw on a cuff. Sometimes I'm learning a cuff is too bold. It's too much, and it just adds a little too much zhuzh to the mix. Okay, so everyday jewelry has literally helped me accessorize without over accessorizing, because I'm also the girl, I don't really like to under accessorize. So sometimes I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna just put all the shit on and it's not working. So I feel like I'm getting better. The last thing I stop wearing is going to be too much makeup, or makeup looks that do not work for me, or makeup trends that do not work for me. This is the number one thing that I feel like changed my look when it comes to makeup. This is the number one thing I look back at on pictures and I'm just like, ugh, God, what was this? Too heavy on the brow, too light on the concealer, too dark on the contour. You don't need contour. So now I don't even contour. I just do a little bronze, because bronze still give you like this very soft, natural look. Like you can tell I have on makeup. You can tell something is going on. But when you also walk up to me, my makeup is not so heavy. I don't have on like very thick layers of makeup because I also have great skin. Clock it. I also have great skin, so I don't have to do that. So when you walk up to me, you can still see the freckles on my nose. You can still see my freckles here through my makeup. It's not like this thick cakey layer of makeup. I feel like once I started to do what works for me when it comes to makeup, my look started to all come together. And to this day, I feel like, girl, we all have makeup days when we like, oh, this makeup is eating, and we have days when we like, well, nah, what happened? Did you do it in the dark? Like, we always have those days. But I feel like with me, I feel like when it comes to my makeup look, I stick to what works for me. I focus on the base. We add a soft look. Ooh, I'm trying something new with a lash, y'all. That's another thing. Lashes. I used to go so wrong with lashes. The lashes were too heavy, and lashes could literally also make or break your look. I just got to the point where I was like, I don't want to look like a different person when I put on makeup. I want to look polished. I want to feel pretty. I want to look like a doll, but I don't want to take off my makeup and they're like, well, who is that? Because I've met some people and I'm like, well, that's interesting. So I never want to transform. I want to enhance. And I feel like with makeup, I just feel less is more. For me, less is more. I really want to be like a liquid eyeliner girl, but it just makes my eyes look too heavy. And it ain't for me. That's why I don't wear eyeliner, because it's just too heavy and I look like a raccoon. Like, yeah, I just have to do what works for me, okay? So the fact that I don't do like a heavy lash or a really intense brow or contour or even eyeshadow, child. I'm a one eyeshadow girl. Give me one shade and I will wear her out, okay? So since I know that, I'm always gonna, girl, grab your soul with a nice nasty lip and some blush, because everything else is very like smooth. It's giving, oh, this is a flawless base, girl, but it's not really doing too much, but it's just a nice little touch, okay? Because like I said, when I take off my makeup, girl, I don't want to look like a completely different person, because I don't wear makeup every day. I probably wear makeup once a week, if that. So when I changed from trying to do all of the cool trends that the makeup girlies were doing to, girl, do you a nice little everyday natural bronzy beat and keep it pushing. May switch up my lip here and there, may switch up the blush, nothing crazy. When I look at videos or pictures now, I'm like, oh, stick to what works for you, girl. The makeup is good, okay? I may not like the shoes with that, but the makeup is eating. So once I stopped doing too much makeup and adding just layers on layers on layers and doing all of these steps that's just like making me look like a cake monster, I feel like it changed the game for me. It definitely changed the game, because I don't care what nobody say, hair and makeup matters. Or if you don't want to wear makeup, focus on your hair. Make sure your hair is so sleek or put together, curled to perfection. It's laid, okay? And make sure that skin is moisturized. You're not just out here no makeup with a dry face. We walk out the door with no makeup on, we look like we did skincare, okay? She is glowing, okay? Spray, hydrated. So once I got those down, the skincare routine, because we don't wear makeup every day, and the makeup routine, game changer. All right, girlfriends, so that is all that I have for the video. Hopefully these little nuggets help you, because sometimes we can't put our finger on that thing like, what don't I like about my wardrobe, or what don't I like about my look, overall look, my style. And somebody's at home probably like, ooh, gee, you right, because when I do my makeup this way, I look a mess and I don't like my full look. I don't feel confident. Or gee, you right, girl, I don't really like my outfits when I have on graphic t-shirts, because I just feel like I'm in college and I'm going to class. So whatever it may be, hopefully this was helpful to you. If you have anything that you do not wear or buy anymore, comment down below, let us know why, so we can learn from each other. This is a community, okay? And I love chatting with you guys down in the comments. So if you enjoyed, please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, and I will see you girls in the next one. I will.